Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Veteran Mountain Man, and today I want to talk about some of these attacks and the ideas that these attacks are actually being caused by Western society. Well, a lot of you are going to be going, well, what do you mean by that? I mean, of course these things are being caused by Western society. Islam's at war with the West. Well, no, not really. Here's the deal, people. The West had nothing to do with this extremist form of Islam at all. In fact, this type of stuff has been going on since the early 1000 AD. And it's something that most people have never really looked at or read or studied in their history lessons at all. And that was that this whole kind of concept showed up as a subsect of Islam around 1000 AD, and that used political violence, assassination, intimidation to enact their will on other Muslim groups, including the great Salahuddin, who was a Muslim jihadist taking back the Holy Land. And this group of people were known as the Hashiman, or assassins of the Middle Ages. Yes, that's right. For those of you who your only interaction is Assassin's Creed and Diablo, well, you're kind of off base with how this actually works. The assassins were a small subsect of Islam, very insular, very Shia-esque, out of the Levant and Iran, and they spread their message, which was different than Salahuddin, who is the modern father of the Sunni movement, and they were constantly at war. And they were constantly at war because the Sunnis wanted to wipe out the Ashiman, or the assassins. Why? Because the assassins were trying to enforce political power from their very small minority group. And that small minority group used, for lack of a better term, asymmetric warfare, which is a term we use today. In fact, it is the exact term that the United States Special Forces Command uses in order to train resistance fighters through the Green Beret program. Now, what I'm saying here, it's not like this is not public knowledge, so don't go thinking I'm spilling government secrets. I'm not. But the truth of the fact is that Islam has had asymmetric warfare problems for over 1,000 years, well before the United States was ever a country, and well before Western culture had actually put itself back together during the rise of Islamization. Islam created its own downfall, and that is these radical extremist groups. And they have been trying to deal with them internally for centuries without success. Okay? They would destroy one group and another group would pop up. And the problem isn't other cultures. The problem is the Islamic culture. Because many of these groups are interpreting these same types of passages the same way, which is different than the other Muslim groups. And when your passages are so easily misunderstood as to create these extremist militant groups that are demanding political power and demanding political authority, maybe it's time you look at yourself. Look at what it is you're actually teaching and what it is you're actually saying and doing. Because this has literally gotten to the point where the man is trying to do something over and over again the exact same way and getting the wrong result and then wondering why it's not working and doing it again anyway. So when you start to look at this, it's time to quit buying the narrative that the West has created this. We didn't. We really didn't. This existed long before the West was interacting with Islam. And it's time to actually put pressure on the imams and the Islamic countries to actually go through a reformation. Because that's all that's left. I mean, realistically, it's time that Islam look at itself deep to its core and figure out what is going on. Because the Hadiths and the Quran are being used worldwide to wage war. And it's going to get to the point where either people submit or it's going to be a full-scale World War III, and this will be the first full-scale religious war. We're talking global religious war ever. And if it comes to that, it's not going to be pretty. It will not be pretty. And I don't want to see that. I really do not. Well, thank you all again for joining me. I hope you're all being safe. Remember, report what you see if it's suspicious. Keep your eyes out. Don't expect that your neighbors are out to kill you. I'm not wanting to stoke your paranoia here. But just be aware. Be cautious. Not everybody in the world are good people. And because not everybody in the world are good people, some people will try to do bad things to people around you. Once again, if you like my content, please like and subscribe on YouTube or upvote, follow, and share over on VidMe. If you want to come on over and contribute, Patreon, it's $1 a month. My patrons get some extra benefits. Also, I'm looking at doing some product lines here to kind of help fund the need, because I need some new tech here to make this a little more efficient. Thank you all again for joining me. This is Veteran Mountain Man wishing you a nice day.